Hey guys, it's Jim Bounds with Co-op Motor Works and Motorhome Rehab Ranch over on Patreon. And I've had a lot of folks very interested in motors. Of course, it's motorhome. And people over the decades have said, well, what kind of motor? We're going to change the motor. We're going to put a 454 in there. We're going to put an LT1. We want to do this. We want a diesel and all that stuff. Listen, guys. GM picked a fantastic motor for the GMC. Okay, that Oldsmobile motor is a very special motor. And I got all this information. I'm not a smart guy. I listen to a lot of people. And before Joe Mondello passed, he told me some things about Oldsmobile motor that I was very interested in. And it seems like over the years people have been interested in this. So let me give it to you. Joe told me, he said, you know, I'm not a smart man. I'm just an old Southern California redneck, but I learned one thing that made my entire career. He told me that the Oldsmobile engines were designed in the GM race division. Okay? And that GM had solved the big block problem. The big block problem was big blocks did not like to rev up. Okay? You get them high revs and parts would throw out of it. And that was a big problem. Small blocks would rev up, but you didn't have the torque. Okay? So what GM did in their race division, they loaded the valve train. See, what's that mean? They put friction in the valve train. Think about this. If you take a feather and try to throw it, it doesn't go very far. Take a pencil and throw it, it goes further because there's more mass. Okay? So GM loaded the valve train with mass. Okay? This is why the timing chain stretches at about 60 or 70,000 miles. Okay? But the reason they did that is they could rev it up and the parts would stay together. That pencil would drop further. Remember back in the 70s, they had all the Oldsmobile jet boats? Well, back when they first came out with jet boats, they had to have high RPM and they had to have high torque to get those turbos back then and all that stuff going. The Oldsmobile engine, you could take it and put it to the wall and have a beer and go across the lake. I mean, because the thing would not throw parts out of it. That's the reason there were all those Oldsmobile old jet boats. Okay? Some other things they did. The block. It's a high nickel content block. What's that mean? Well, it means that it's a race block. It's like a Donovan block. It's a high nickel content block. It's made really strong. It's harder with pecker lips. Heads. Big problem they had with heads was flow. Okay? Water flow through the heads to keep them cool. Well, the water jackets on these Oldsmobile series engines, and I mean the 350. The 350 Olds is not a 350 Chevy. 350, the 403, which is a 350 bored and stroked. It's a stroker kit in it. The 425, and then the 455 also has a stroker kit from the factory. Okay, so these engines on the heads, again, they wanted a big water jackets. The water jackets are so big that if you put exhaust seats in the head, you'll cut into the water jackets. Back then, they didn't have little tiny seats like they have today. What did they do? They hardened the entire head. The whole head's grade 8. The head's hardened woodpecker lips. So this Oldsmobile engine was made to really be solid. Okay? People put Cadillac motors. They put all these things. Dude, Oldsmobile engines, they're race engines. 403s, the drag guys love them because they would create so much torque they would really literally rip the motor in half. I mean, these are great motors, and now that we know what this motor can do and that we know it's going to be put in a 12,000 pound projectile, we can do some small things to that motor to really make it stay together and to pull 12,000 pounds. And that's what the Oldsmobile engine can do. Other engines can't do that. I just drove a 454 Chevy across the country. It did fine. But I'm telling you something, man. You get a 455, you get it all set up, right? That's a honking mother. They are fantastic motors. If you got a motor and it's got a problem, then fix it. Fix it. Rebuild it. It's 45 years old. Don't fix it like it's a 2013 Toyota. You got to go through it completely. Yes, it's going to cost more money. Yes, but it's 45 years old. But if you do it, you'd be surprised. That's why the Oldsmobile engines are drop-ins. We're using 350s. We're using 350 Olds engines, putting our cam in it and computer engine management systems with Phytech. And we're getting very, very good results with 370 gears with 350 engines. Mileage, not the same. No, on an engine, the same mileage. Well, does it get better mileage? Listen, a flatbed truck, it doesn't matter if it's loaded or empty. It gets terrible mileage because the truck is heavy. The engine's already loaded down. Our motorhomes are 12,000 pounds. The motor's already loaded down. You're going to get about 10 miles a gallon, somewhere around in there. If you drive it easy, you'll get more. You drive it hard, you'll get less. But it's going to get that much, and it's going to pull 12,000 pounds, and it's going to hold together. That's what you want, okay? We'll do some other videos later about how to determine if your engine is good right now, or is a good core, or maybe you need to find another one. We'll do another video about that later. But really, this 455 engine and this 403 motor are very, very good motors for pulling heavy weights. GM did a great job by using Oldsmobile engine. They thought about it. And you think about it too. Keep the Oldsmobile engines. And honestly, diesel, gas, you look at the way energy is right now, gas is going to be here. And yes, gas is going to be more expensive. Yes, as electric comes out more, gas is going to be more. But, you know, the world, that's the way it happens. And there will be electric GMCs. Why? Because we have a low drag coefficient, and we can actually electrify a GMC as it sits right now, and it's cost effective. So the future is going to be interesting. Right now, gas is probably where you need to be, and these Oldsmobile engines are exactly the right thing to pull these motorhomes. All right, well, if you've got any comments about that, or you're interested in a motor, I can get with your builder and tell them everything to do to get our motor if you'd like to do that. We've kept back on building motors ourselves. We're trying to reorganize our business. But we definitely want you to keep your Oldsmobile engine, and we want you to get some of the things in your motor that we do. All right? All right, so look, you ranch hands, thank you for your support. We're growing. We want to be here for you. Put me in your loop. All right? We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.